Okay. So Super Secret Stream, and all it really means is I am not going to spend time advertising, and I may or may not do this every night. Actually, let's see some here. Oh, anyways, okay. So okay. Let's actually make that a little bit dark. Uh, color. Let's push it into the purple a little bit more, and let's drop it down even darker. Okay. And the color should subtly shift. I'm looking at it correctly, I think. I'm just watching it since I don't think anybody's watching me here. There we go. All right. Okay. Ooh, two watching now. That means one person is actually watching me. Cool. Super secret stream live right now. Okay. Okay, it's not really that secret. It just means that I'm not posting the link everywhere. Just on Liberia.chat and a couple of RC channels. And it just means that I don't have a regular time that I go, and I don't have a regular length of time. Even though I don't make it all the time, um, the goal is to do about 4 hours in the afternoon every afternoon, weekdays except for Wednesdays, and then Wednesdays to actually edit streams, and Saturdays to edit streams. And today was Wednesday, so I did some editing today, and I'm doing some extra editing tonight. And I may do these super secret streams as I feel the need to. Hopefully, maybe a year down the line, or even sooner, would would be the a goal. Is that I wouldn't even really need to even say this to anybody. That they just kind of expect, maybe if they had notifications turned on, they would come in and say, "Oh, he's streaming right now. Oh, I don't want to miss that." No, you might find it okay, just that I happen to be on or something, basically. So yeah. So right now I am trying to, and I'm going to put on my snazzy sock covered headphones so I can so that I can yeah, and I only do one ear because this ear you'll see, if I do it like this is behind my ear here. So basically, just so I can hear what's going on outside. If there was some emergency and Dad yelled or something, I could run in there. If I heard something funky. Oh, you know what? Hey, I am going to be right back. Right back. I'm gonna be right back. Hold on. Give me a second. I gotta turn something back on. Thank you, random person who is actually watching or listening, I suppose. Um, it says two watching right now, so evidently there's at least one other person watching, and I'm probably the other one though because I tend to keep my own streams up. So, anyways, let's go back to this and see. This almost doesn't even need to be uh, edited. This, I bet you. Um, Here, let's stretch it out just to the edges. All right. Okay, just to the edges here. Um, that. All right. And then I bet you if I take out some of the silence. All right. Let's go ahead and. I mean, this thing is only like 2 minutes or something, 2.5 minutes. So we're gonna cut some of these silences here. So there's pretty small, and then there's extremely small, and that other one looked like an extremely small one. This one looks like a pretty small one. Oh, darn it. And so, okay, so basically I had to get some of this stuff done because Control Z. Okay. So I gotta get this stuff done because I gotta get um my updates. I gotta get caught up with my updates, basically. And when I'm done, when I'm all caught up, uh, then I won't be spending as long editing, anyways. Eventually, I kind of think I will probably I will stop the edit streams probably. Well, at least I know I'm gonna start switching to doing this once a week, so only on Saturdays. Except unless I do it on a nighttime, like on a super secret stream, like I'm doing right now. And okay, oops. And I'm gonna take a chance that that is a no noise. Let's see something here. Right. Okay, that didn't sound like an or a so or a filler word. It sounds like I just paused between words. And I guess okay, some of these are gonna be like I think it is like a filler word. I gotta try to stop doing that too. Um, like I just did there when I said Okay. And the okays. I mean, not that I can't say okay, but I should probably not just say it as a sort of a filler word. I should try to not talk. Not that I won't talk a lot. Oops. Not that I won't. I keep on hitting. Dang, quit. Dang it, keep on hitting the wrong thing. Once you kind of get off your game for a second, um, why did it do that? Doggone ya? Okay. Actually, I don't know why I made such a small deal there for, but whatever. I almost didn't do it here either, because it's such a tiny deal. But we are kind of zoomed out too. I'm only zoomed in as far enough to just far enough to see the whole strip in the screen here. So now let's go up here. So now let's delete that. Okay. All right, now I can delete. And it should be a lot of choppy dialogue. Actually, I don't care if it's choppy. And that, and that, and that, 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 that. Little tiny one. Over here, this other little tiny one. Even tinier one. And that. And backspace, backspace. Back, 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 back. So now let's see how long it is. 123 to 250. I'm gonna spread it out a little bit more, and I'm gonna see if there's any extra, like this one looks like it has an extra in it. Let's spread it out even more. There, that way I can that, that, delete, back arrow, backspace. Let's go over here. Okay, delete, back arrow, backspace. Okay, delete, backspace. Okay, delete, back arrow, backspace. We're just, yeah, I'm getting a little bit, what do they call that? I don't know what they call that. But, yeah. Okay, up here. Let's hit play here. I mean, that's possible. Possible. If I made it a scene. Anyway, let's do something here. Let's select this one. Okay. And this one. Okay. And then delete, back arrow, backspace, back up a little bit. Play. I mean, that's possible. If I made it a... Okay. So I know I'm getting a little bit too detailed or whatever, but okay, let's delete that one, and then let's go ahead and okay, backspace back, and we'll do the same here. All right. An object is a path to something. It's gonna be a little choppy in here, I guess. Anywho. Okay. Give me a second. Almost done here. Okay. I bet you I can delete that whole thing here. Let's hit play. See something here. Exits. Let's go. Okay, I can probably delete that out too. Okay, so maybe I should just delete these. Like that. Okay. See, it's even got 223 to 238. Very interesting. Let's start with this and let's go. Let's actually go backwards. Um, that and that. Okay. Hit play. I don't know. I don't know what you call it. Alrighty. This one has a lot of actual spots in here. This tiny little areas that just kind of pull down. I think it's interesting though. Now a lot of them are kind of obvious, not necessarily in a bad way, but I think I'll leave that one up at play here. It's not some sort. It's not some. Okay, that's an it's, so that's got to stay in there. Yeah, it's kind of mind-boggling that the um, the silences really take a lot of time up. Now I know I'm just being a little bit nitpicky here, but well, I got plenty more to do there, huh? This is actually a big long piece here. All right. To play, add the path. The path. The path. Okay, so I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna hit K here, just because that is the rest is kind of part of a word here. Sometimes I just make some sounds, and sometimes I'm actually saying words. Just don't get that big of a here. I guess I'm gonna leave those. I'm kind of surprised in a way. In a way, I'm not though, because I was pretty zoomed out, wasn't I? All right. So, oh, it takes a while. Here. I don't know if anybody's gonna appreciate any of this work that I did here on this. Honestly, some of this could have just been like not worried about. I could just tack it to pieces, and it might not even be any problem. Okay. I'm surprised there's this many though. Let's hit play here. Dot exits. Actually, all right. Okay. I get it. If any of you would actually be listening to this, which I don't think you are, but if you were, you might be incredibly bored right now. But, I understand. But, like I said, this stuff has to be done, basically, if I'm ever going to kind of build up a following here. Basically, I need these updates, and there. But, yeah, so let's see what this says. Let's let's try something. Let's do that as a deleted thing. Oh, keep forgetting. I have to use my middle mouse button, which is the mouse wheel, hold it down, and then I can move stuff around. Let's go to let's go to All right. Some of these are actual words. It's just that it doesn't register too big on the waveform. And I think that's it. I think that is it. I could be a little bit right here. Okay. So let's just count that as being it. This should actually free up a lot of space, you might say, or room. Some really tiny gaps. A lot of little thingies to delete. Okay. So now I've got it even less than a minute. Oh, that's about a minute. Watch this so far. See how bad it looks. The problem is that this is a tree-like structure. I can't connect to the same room from two different like parents, for instance. Like if I had something called full house or something, right? I also had a study. I wanted to use the same study. It would have to be a separate study, a separate room node. So I have to reconfigure this so that I can go to any room that's connected to your room, and that means any room, and not use this recursive function I have in here. And again, to briefly describe the room manager. Uh-oh, I had a double thing here, didn't I? Any room, and not use this recursive function I have in here. And again, to briefly describe the room manager. Yeah, let's do this again. Recursive function I have in here. And again, to briefly describe the okay, backspace. I have in here. Again, to briefly describe the room manager. Okay, let's cut. Let's delete that one. Let's delete this up here. The room. Delete. Function I have in here. Again, to briefly describe the room manager, it changes the room. It checks for the parent or describe the room manager. Describe the room. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Delete. Backspace. Describe the room manager. It changes the room. It checks for the parent or the children. So halfway. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Parent or the children. So halfway. Let's do one more thing. Let's get this out of there. Parent or the children. So halfway house, its only parent is right here. Its children are study, hat room, and book of bells. And change room. Let's delete that. Yeah, there's a lot of that going around here. Book of bells. So change room. Change. Maybe I don't have to delete all the uhs, but let's delete the duplicates. Rooms is easy, but so you press a number. Is easy, but so you press a number, then it bells. So change rooms is easy, but so you press a number, then it searches for the room. It searches through the parent. If the room name is the same as the parent, then it returns the parent. If it's the same name as one of the immediate children, then it returns the children. But I have no way of going anywhere else. Right there. Let's take this out. I don't have to delete like all of the little mess ups. Else and that's because of the nature. anywhere else in this, and that's because no way of going anywhere else, and that's because of the nature of the tree-like structure. Tree-like structure. All right, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna do there. We're gonna do K. We're gonna do delete. We're gonna do back arrow, backspace. Then I'm gonna go back a little bit. Let me show you. Tree-like structure. So I'm gonna have to rename it to and to rename it to or rewrite it. Name it to or rewrite or rewrite or rewrite. There. We can delete that, and I'm actually going to cut off this little bit of like this word. Name it or rewrite it so that I can go to any room I choose via the name. Okay, so what I tried to do here. All right, and actually, it's kind of funny because this is now this is now less than a minute. No, this is a minute 14. Okay, it was originally a little bit longer, but not by much. Okay, so let's do the same thing here. Well, we'll have to find the duplicates and try to delete them, or the us by themselves. Okay, so what I tried to do here. Okay, so what I tried to do here is I tried to create a dictionary that included these room descriptor nodes as. That I can delete that. And maybe. Okay. Delete. Page up. And maybe that would work if it was a scene. I mean, that's possible. If I made it a scene. Anyways, so I tried. So I tried to add. So I tried to add the path here, and it doesn't do that. Why? Because it's not an object path to something to an object, I guess. To an object, I guess. Path to something to an object, I guess. Okay. Actually, we can delete both of these actually. That way. To an object, I guess. And so it doesn't show up in here at all. They do a lot of buzz, huh? It's not getting me. It's not giving me errors though, so it may just mean that this would still work. But let's go to the room manager. Let's go to the room. Go to the room man. Go to the room manager. Let's try something here. Print. Wait a minute. Okay. Print main menu. Okay. Print main menu dot exit. Okay. I'll have to actually run this. See that out. Yeah. Some of this is a little choppy. Let's try something here. Print. Wait a minute. Okay. Print main. Print main. Okay. Print. Um. Go to the room manager. Let's try something here. Print. Wait a minute. Print main. print main. Wait a minute, main print. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, main menu dot exit. Okay, I have to. Let's try something here. Wait a minute. Let's try something here. Wait a minute. Main menu dot exit. Okay, I have to. Okay, I have okay, I'll have to actually. I'll have to actually run. Exit. Okay, I'll have to actually run this. See that output. Nothing. So apparently it just sees it as an empty value. So this is not legit. All right. Okay. So basically, I was. All right. Okay. So. So basically, I was trying to add the path. Add the path as room to a as room uh, as room to a dictionary, which it doesn't let me do because it's not some sort of type or it's not some sort of I don't know it's not some because not it's not some sort of type or it's not some sort of it's not some sort of it's not some sort of type or it's not some sort of I don't know what to call it. Type or some sort of I don't know as room to a dictionary, which it doesn't let me do because it's not some sort of type, some sort of I don't know what to call it. Anyways, this does not work, and so there's that. I wonder if I should just leave it. It's a kind of annoying disaster. Not a disaster, but it's kind of annoying. Uh, thanks, Matt. Probably the only other person watching. It does not work, and so there's that. We do because it's not some sort of type, some sort of I don't know what to call it. Anyways, this does not work as room to a dictionary, which it doesn't let me do because it's not some sort of type. I don't know what to call it. Which it doesn't let me do because it's not some sort of type. Anyways, this does not work. That'll work. I mean, it's kind of crude, but let's make sure we have. about 114, and this is about under a minute also. That's kind of okay. So both of these are kind of, so far, only about 2 minutes total. Then we have the long one. The long one, I'm not sure for sure. Does not work. Okay, so this works as it always has. That is once I got it working. Wait a second. Okay, there we go. This works as it always has. You can just hit a number key, and you can go to an option and then 0 to quit. That works fine. I moved all of the scenes from its hierarchy to be under Room Manager. Although you can't really tell that Room Viewer is any different than the rest of these, other than the fact that it's an actual scene and these are not scenes yet. But these are all scenes, and then I just wrote a new function called, I don't know what that's about. Um, called Find Connected Room. It just Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing here, but I think I'm not gonna be so close with it because it sometimes it gets choppier. I don't really want it to get super choppy, so I'm not going to do it unless it's like something really big or kind of close to bigger kind of a situation. Don't need to do a lot of this. Um, okay. Okay, so this works as it. Okay, I probably cut all of those out, but actually, let's just do that. Shift, wait, delete. Let's go all the way back up here. Back. Oh, delete, back. Delete, back. Delete, back. Got it working? Wait a second. Okay, there we go. This works as it always has. You can just hit a number key, and you can go to an option and then 0 to quit. That works fine. I moved all of the scenes from its hierarchy to be under Room Manager. Although you can't really tell that Room Viewer is any different than the rest of these, other than the fact that it's an actual scene and these are not scenes yet. But these are all scenes, and then I just wrote a new function called, I don't know what that's about. Called Find. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fix this up a little bit. I'm gonna take whatever the uhs are. Yet, but these are all scenes, and then I just wrote. It's like this. Pardon me. The number watching now includes people not signed into Google. I don't know. I know I'm watching. I don't know if Google counts it. Um, like it's on a window on my other screen. Okay, so that's probably an in there. See if I can stop saying so much in my streams. But these are all scenes, and then I just wrote a new like that, like that. Okay, and we'll do that. Okay. Back arrow, backspace, page down. but these are all scenes, and then I just wrote a new function called find connected room. It just that's called find. Okay, so that's called there. So I can go ahead and and I can delete that, and then I can back this up over here, and then I can there, and then I can delete that, and I can backspace, and it should flow a little bit better. Called find connected room. Goes through the. Yeah, there's a little bit of iffiness here. Goes through the children. It just it gets the room. Okay, so it's like right in there. So let's K, and then let's delete that, and then let's back up and then see if it sounds okay. Connected room. Goes through the children. I'm gonna take this it's part off of here too, I think. I'm just gonna have this kind of goes through the children kind of thing in here. Let's see if that works. The room goes through the children. Goes through the. Okay, that goes right there, so I can go ahead and actually cut it right about here too. Okay, delete, backspace. Let's call it back. Let's go back a little bit further. Called find connected room. Goes through the children's. There. That's an and I don't have to do it super close, but we'll do it kind of close. That way it seems a little bit more natural. There by self. And we'll chop this out. Delete. Self, which is the room manager's. All right. By self, which is the room manager's the parent, so it's just going to go through all of these and then find connected. And I'm going to go ahead and trim this out a little bit too. I'm not doing everyone, but I'm doing part of it. The parent, so it's just going to go through all of these and then find connected room. We're going to do that here too, okay, and then we're going to go all the way up here and okay. See how that sounds. Connected room. Make sure it's the room descriptor, then it checks for the name. And then okay, K, and then K. Okay, let's try this again. Checks for the name, and then I just change the. Yeah, those uhs. I mean, it's kind of the way I talk, but at the same time, I could find a way to not do it so much. Kind of annoying. Kind of annoying having to edit them out because they're so annoying, and they're only so annoying because I'm seeing them. Just change the. And let's just go ahead and we'll do this, and we'll trim that down a little bit too. So there's still a little bit of a gap, but not much. Change the and same thing with this. Actually, let's go ahead and go to this too. And then backspace it, and then page down, page down, page down. And then I just change the input function. There I just kind of paused, which is kind of interesting. Whoops. Sometimes I forget what key I'm on, and I hit the playback button instead of the cut button. Here. let's just go ahead and do a few more cutouts here. I won't do that little one. Do this kind of big, semi-big one. And same thing over here. There. Okay, let's delete those. That. Okay, I'm actually just going to go ahead and go from this, even if that little bit is not really something we see. Backspace. And should be kind of cool now. Well, maybe this is here. Maybe I'm going to come back in here and do a little bit of surgery right here too. It's kind of weird because you'd start out and you'd think I don't have to do that there because it's fine, but then other than the fact that it's an actual scene and these are not scenes yet. But these are all scenes, and then I just wrote a new function called Find Connected Room. Goes through the children's there by itself, which is the room managers, the parents. So it's just going to go through all of these and then find Connected Room, make sure it's the room descriptor, then it checks for the name. And then I just change the input function, the input handler to use Find Connected Room instead. And it works like it always does. And so there's that. All right. I got a whole lot of area over here where I don't say anything. That's interesting. And then, okay, so this, 255, and this, okay, so it's still 203 and versus 255, so it's less than a minute. So these are all less than a minute. Even, well, this one I think is a little bit over a minute. It's a minute 15. The both of these are less than a minute. And we haven't even, we just barely almost hit 3, and that's it. And then what do we got here? Wait a second. What's going on here? See, there is like a one frame overlay. You know what? I don't think it'll matter because I think I'll probably end up cutting something here. No. So like if I do this and K, delete that, backspace, it's no longer overlapping. Okay, delete, back arrow, backspace. Why doesn't the timeline move with the cursor? That's what I want to know. Or move when I move it. Okay. Okay, so now I have all these scenes I removed. Okay, so now, um, okay, so now I have all these scenes. Okay, is this the long one or the long one looks like it's over here? This is the long one. Okay, so let's expand this up just a little bit. Let's go all the way down here. 255 plus 46. 250. Oh, I see. 255 to 906. 255 to 855 means this is about 6 minutes long. 6 minutes. So I have to figure out if there is some bit of this I can what time is it? 11:05. Hmm. Okay. Let's go to what are we on? We're on number 12. Go to 12. Let's save this. Something happens, and we have 4, which is actually 10:43. Oh, that's right, because I deleted one, didn't I? Okay, that's all right. That is interesting. Okay, so now, that's I have all these scenes. I had removed all the scenes from the. Huh. Interesting. It like opens it in a smaller window when it hit space. Okay. Okay, so let me speed this up though. Really, I should be going to bed here soon. Okay, so now I have all these scenes. I had removed all the scenes from the room manager, all the rooms from the room manager, because I'm doing it dynamically and I'm doing it with code. And so what I did here was I modified change room to only take a string, which is the name of the room. And I don't know if you can tell here, but if you notice, for instance, Book of Spells, which is a room, when I converted it to scene, let's pull that up. See, Book of Spells is capitalized. I don't know what you call that. Is that camel case? I don't know if that's camel case or not. Anyways, each word is capitalized. When I saved it as a scene, what happened was it made everything underlined. It made everything lowercase and then put spaces where the starts of the words started. And I'm guessing it's just doing it based off of context, it's doing it based off my capitalization, which is fine because this is what the choices are all named like this, and I did that on purpose to make it easier just to remember stuff. So basically, Book of Spells room here has this name on it. So what this code I just added does is so that's 153. Let's pull it up. Huh. Which is the name of the room. And I don't know if you can tell here, but talking about the naming of the room. So what I did here was I modified change room to only take a string, which is the name of the room. And I don't know if you can tell here, but okay, 41. Let's see something here. All the rooms from the room manager because I'm doing it dynamically and I'm doing it with code. And so what I did here was I modified change room to only take a string, which is the name of the room. And I don't know if you can tell here. Okay. It's not going to be, I don't know if you can tell here. And I don't know if you. Okay, I definitely don't want that. So we're going to give it. Anyways, each word is capitalized. Based off of my capitalization, which is fine because this is uh, what the choices are all named like this, and I did that on purpose to make it easier just to remember stuff. Um, so so basically, the book of spells. All right, so right in here, okay. No problem. I'm not expecting much to watch even the main ones. And I'm only getting those because I post links in various places, but hoping it can pick up traction once I start uploading updates. Okay, so now I have all these scenes. I had removed all the scenes from the room manager, all the rooms from the room manager, because I'm doing it dynamically and I'm doing it with code. And so what I did here was I modified change room to only take a string, which is the name of the room. So basically, the Book of Spells room here it has this name on it. So what this code I just added. Okay, actually I can delete that too. So I wonder what that did to the 750 756 say percent 756 256 756 5. So this cut it down to 5 minutes so far. Okay, so now I have all these scenes I removed. I had removed. Yeah, it looks like I have to do like this. I don't know if this time if I want to do like remove the spaces unless they're really really huge, but I do want to remove some of my duplicate words. So now I have all these scenes I removed. I had scenes I removed. I had removed all scenes I removed. And I'm going to edit on the side of the trailing, so the duplicate, even though it might sound better, it'll sound less choppy if I do it that way. Removed all the scenes. I removed all the scenes from the from um, from the room manager. Okay, there, and okay here. From the room manager. all the scenes from the room manager, all the rooms from the room manager. From the room manager. All the rooms from the room manager. Because I have all these scenes. I removed all the scenes from the room. I have all these scenes. I removed all the scenes from the room manager. I have all these scenes I removed from the room manager because I'm doing it dynamically and I'm doing it with code. So some of these bigger spots I can remove the silence, but I'm not going to do it with everyone. And so what I did here was what I did here was what I did here come on, stupid mouse. And so what I did. All right, fine, we'll do that. Delete it. Code. So what I did here was I modified. I was So what I did here was I modified change room to only take a string, which is the name of the room. The name, which is the name of the room. All right. There's a lot of little spots in here that delete, delete. Name of the room. The name of the room. What this code I. The same thing. What this code. What this code I just added. This code I just added. All right. I'm going to go ahead and cut this leading one instead. Code I just added does is darn it, I keep forgetting what key I'm pressing. I mean, it's not that hard. It's just I. just added does is change room does added does is change room is change room does is change room. All right. Is change room does is it brings in the string it brings in the string, it checks and see. Okay. Just knowing. Double knowing. Checks to see if the current room is not null. Is not if the current room is not null, then it will remove the child because presumably I added the child already. Then it frees up the memory for that, and then I set it to null explicitly just to make sure that I'm sure. This. Okay. Delete. And let's go ahead and over here and okay. Okay. Delete. Go all the way back. Down, page down. Space, backspace. Then it frees up the memory for that, and then I set it to null explicitly just to make sure that I'm sure. And then once it's null, then I can once it's null, once it's null. And then once it's null, then I can okay. Once it's null, then I can load the scene. I can load the scene. Null, then I can load the I can once it's null, I can load the scene file based on the... All right. Yeah, there's some spots here that just are just mostly just silence. that I can just kind of pick out. That way I can delete, and then I can check them out. On the string, and so notice how it says res scenes, which is the path here, and then I concatenated the room, and then I concatenated. All right, let's do something here. K. And then I concatenated the room here, and then I concatenated the room. What do I want to do here? All right, I'm gonna have to drop this down here. I'll have to do that. Then I concatenated the. All right. Which is the path here, and then I concatenated the room. And we're still working off of this, so that means this actually still goes back up here. What would it be doing up there? All right. Of course, this is still a long ways off. This is 7:30 something. Concatenated the room name, and then concatenated the .tscn scene file, and then I instantiated it right there, and then I added the child to the room manager because it's actually in the room manager right now, even though you don't see that there. So now it just does everything like normal. If the room exists, if it's not null, basically, it will add the description to the actual viewer text here, like it does normally. And then I modified the input event a little bit. I removed this choice thing, and it still does the action name. It still picks the choice number 1 through 9, but then it directly brings in the string. I do so much in this. It's ridiculous. Based on ridiculous, I tell you. The choice. Ridiculous. Remember, let's see here. Let's go to halfway house again, scene, and remember how the choices are here. All right. So we're just gonna do the ums and stuff. Actually, I don't know if I'll do that now. I should probably get ready to go to bed. Concatenated the room. And name, and then concatenated the .tscn scene file, and then I instantiated it right there. file, and then I instantiated it right there. And then I added there. Delete. Right there. Right there. And then I added the child to the room manager. To the room manager. The room manager. Room manager. The room manager. All right. Because it's actually in the because it's actually in room manager because it's actually in the room manager because it's actually room manager. It's actually in the room manager. Right there. And then I added the child to the room manager. It's actually in the room manager. It's actually in the room manager because it's actually in the manager because it's actually in the room manager. All right. Fine. That's not fine. All right now, even though you don't see that. It's actually in the room manager. All right now, even though you don't see that there. The room manager. All right now, even though you don't see that there. In the room manager. All right now, even though you don't. All right now, even though you don't see that. Actually in the room manager. All right now, even though you don't see that there. It's actually in the room manager. So now it just does everything like normal. If the room exists, if it's not null, basically, exists. If it's not null. Exists. If it's not null, basically, if it's not null, basically, it will add the description to the actual viewer text. Here. like it does normally. Yeah, like it does normally. And okay, I'm not really talking in here if anybody is even listening, which they aren't apparently. But I mean that's okay. If you end up watching the stream later, apologies because it's just editing, so it's not that glamorous, and I don't have a lot to do here. It does normally, and then I modified the input event a little bit. I removed this choice thing, and the and can be in there. Um, the shouldn't be in there. It's still and it's still voice thing, and it still does the still 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 and it still does the action name. It still picks the uh, okay. Okay. Delete. Backspace. It still picks the choice number one through nine. But it still picks the choice number one through nine. But then it directly brings in the string and then loads up the room based on. See if we can get these deleted. Maybe not. That. We can delete that one. Then we can backspace it and play it. Then and loads up a room based on the choice. Remember, that's a little choppy, but I'm gonna have to leave it choppy, I think. Let's see here. Let's go to halfway. Remember, let's go to halfway house again, scene. I think I'll get better at this a little bit later, and where I'm putting my gaps and letting them stay and letting them not stay and all that stuff as time goes on. Scene, and remember how the choices are here: study hat room, book of spells. Those are the names. Do that and that. Same thing here. Spells, those are the names, and so that's what goes into there. And so all it's doing is it's reading. It's reading. It's reading. It's reading. It's reading. Okay. There and there, and delete and backspace is done. And so all it's doing is reading. It's loading up the. It's loading up the. Reading. It's loading. All right, fine. We'll do kind of a little semi-aggressive. Won't be real aggressive, but scene, which is all right. Reading is loading up the correct scene. One is reading is loading up the reading is loading up the correct scene. All it's doing is reading is loading. All right. This is kind of unsure about here because it says reading and then I say. And so all it's doing is loading up the correct scene, which is down here. Okay. That's actually not too bad. And there you have. Cut off. For some reason I cut off there. There you have something. It worked. It working. Okay, we're gonna remove this little gap too here. And let's back it all the way up. Here, and there you have it working. And sometimes there are pauses on purpose, and I end up cutting them out, and then it sounds choppy. But that's kind of the way that goes, I guess. We have it working, and then when I want to quit. And then when I want to quit the game completely, I quit the game completely. I make sure I. Okay. I don't know what the shuffle part is up there. I don't know what that's for. I'll have to look it up. I make sure I remove the child current room if it's not null. The current room if it's not null. And then I current room if it's not null, and then I free the. Then I few free the. I, all right, let's go ahead and remove this little bit here too. And we'll do that over here as well. We'll just cut it there. I free the area of the space taken up by. Okay, okay. 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 Delete these. We'll jump this back over here. Backspace. Backspace. Space taken up by current room. Taken up by taken up by current. Taken up by. All right. Oop. The space taken up by current room. Oh, good. So now we are close to the next section. Let's give it a little bit more room. There we go. Backspace. Current room. And I don't know if it actually frees it. It says Q free. This is by current room. And taken up by current room. I don't know if it actually frees it. It says Q free. That means it puts it in Q. And then some of this is just plain dead space. Some of it isn't. Go to look. Go. And some of it is more ums and ahs again. You go to load it up again. When you go to load it up again, add, remove all this crap. I think it managed it. I think it. Delete that, and I can and delete that to load it up again. I think it managed it somehow or whatever. So, and then this is the final result. So, and then this is the somehow or whatever. This is the final result here. Result here, and that is everything works like it's supposed to. Go there, I can hit 0 to, I can go back to the foyer, I can hit 0 to quit, and everything works like it should. And now everything is loading dynamically, and it's attaching itself to the room manager. And then the next thing I'll do is probably make a way. I'll create a special portal. I can add it. I can actually this main menu. That's a destination from the room manager. Doors here. Use that as your so I should stop. I should. And it's attaching itself to the room manager. And then the next thing I'll do is probably make a way. I'll create a special portal or door room manager. And then the next thing I'll do, and then there. Okay, we'll say, okay, if I delete this. So it managed it somehow or whatever. This is the final result here, and that is everything works like it's supposed to. Go there, I can hit 0 to, I can go back to the foyer, I can hit 0 to quit, and everything works like it should. At least 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes to 5 minutes. That's 2 minutes. At least I only got 2 minutes in there. I mean, it's still quite. There's still quite a bit. In other words, this isn't gonna be nothing hardly. In fact, I might even be able to keep that in totally. This is gonna be the big bad boy here. I do have spots where I'm thinking in here, but so yeah. Hmm. Big 35 minuter. I'm gonna have to find the spot too. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna have to find the spots where I. Here, let's open this. Where's the big one? This is the big one, right? Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to door object, and I'm gonna do that by creating a new script and call it door. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna make sure that we're in scripts. Okay. This is only take the room, and let's go to door and destination, and we'll say blank room, which is fine. Here. put it right in there. Wait a minute. I see that's not how you do it. Door. What we're going to copy. We're going to save that. What we're going to call this, go to for level, which is a duplication of the main menu, and we're going to call this something, rename for level, that, and we're going to call this course upper level, that, and the foyer from here. Okay, we just want to add a door. Here, you are on the upper level of the study. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can make these both work at the same time, so I can have both. And eventually, the choices array won't be choices array anymore. It'll be just doors. Okay. And so we can call the door something else when we're done. Now, the thing that we want to do is we want to go back to the study. So destination is study. That. Okay. And then let's go back. Let's save that. Let's go back to the study, and this could almost be a tutorial in a way. Both of those somehow. Although it would have to be like the full thing that I made. This is upper level. Like so. Let me check something. Okay, I'm still recording. I'm still on desktop, which is ridiculous because, anyways, let's go back here. Doesn't matter. Hopefully this isn't going to take too long, so I won't have much editing to do. I'll have a little bit to trim here, but anyways, we just have a destination right now. And in fact, let's go ahead and rename this door to study. That will manage this. Study, control S. Okay. One go back to the forward, one go back to story, study, 0. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to go to room manager. Now, how is this going to be different? This is going to be different by the fact that okay, so that here's where I'm thinking, I think. So around 9 minutes in from the start. Input. Change room is going to jump to a new room. Okay. Well, it's less than or equals to 9. I'm going to do a little thing here, and I'm going to say this is not going to be in the loop. If place number greater than or equals to 10. I could have said equals to 10 only, but do it this way. This one's kind of a tricky one to edit. I'm not going to have a 30-something minute update. What it should do is it should do a lot of, and I haven't yet actually gone over 10 minutes really with my updates, so I don't think I'm going to start now. But what I need to do is first I'm trying to show the progression, and second, like I guess I don't need everything in there, but I still need the thing that's showing. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do this, honestly. Should do a lot of breaking here, so. Okay. Let's do something else here. Let's put that there. And let's go to F12. Okay. 1. Now let's put a there. 12. Huh. I guess it doesn't matter because you're in the room, and then the next thing is just going to be that, so let's just go ahead and stop this right now. Okay, it just means it goes in there, which is fine, which is what I expect to do. I have it count, I have it add to the number, and then if it's greater than 9, then it breaks out of the loop and doesn't go to that, and that's fine. Okay, so we're just doing this right now just to here. In fact, let's do a little trick here, which is there. Right. Yeah, I know there's nothing in there. I know that. Okay, so what we want to do here is something I didn't think about. Choice number. Okay, you choose a number. All right. So and okay, so 5 minutes plus 9 is 14. So we want to be around the 14 mark. 13 something here. We're going to call this door to study. That. Okay, so now we got doors pointing both ways. Now we gotta write the code that will that will manage this this change here. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. So now, what do I need to do? Study, Control S. Okay. Let's run this just to make sure everything is still working okay. Doesn't matter because there's nothing here. One. Study. One, go back to the floor. One, go back to the story. Study, 0. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to go into Room Manager. Now, how is this going to be different? This is going to be different by the fact that what do I need to do? Study, Control S. Okay. Let's run this just to make sure everything is still working okay. Doesn't matter because there's nothing here. One. Study. One, go back to the floor. One, go back to the story. Study, 0. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to go into Room Manager. Now, go ahead and hit OK. Yeah. So, okay, so that 9 to 13 is 4 more. So right around 18. Okay, yeah. Hit play. Let me think. See, I haven't considered the fact that that I'm still dealing with choice. In other words, this does it based on the choices, but instead I wanted to do it based on a. Oh, I didn't think about that. Well, you can go to. I can check out at least some of this thinking part stuff where I'm not doing anything. Oh, this is supposed to go through each of the children. So the next thing to do would be to go through the number of children. Oh. If I want to do the thing this way, I have to somehow have the choice linked to the actual door in this case. Because the way I'm doing it normally is you're making a choice based on it, like a number key. Like you hit a number key, and then it pulls up that name, and then it loads up that scene. Well, in this case, it doesn't know what choice you're going to right now. So in the door should have its own ID, and I should be going by door ID. Yeah. Somehow that's linked to the choice. Mm-hmm. If I were to click on like a web page and click on the deal, and it would come up with a name or something. In this case, I'm linking to a key, and it's almost like the door is kind of super extra. The door is extra to the to what we need to do. Why? Because we're doing this based on the numbers that you pick. You pick the numbers 21. The scene based on that. The idea of the doors. 60 minutes is 21 on the timeline. Walking character, and he triggers the area of where the door is pointing to. Whereas in this case, it's just a 1, or it's whatever letter you might choose, or it's a command that you give it. And in this case, your command is 1 instead of being the door name. Okay. I still have to figure out what I'm doing here. Come on. Okay, so the choice is based on the number keys. When we actually get to a parser, I can actually use the door name. In other words, go upper level or something, or go study, go to study, move to study, and it will choose a word based on what you typed in or entered in. In this 22. Case, based on what you typed or entered in. In this case. Pardon me. So what I should do here is the door script needs to have. Okay, 22, almost 23. So let's just do the thing here. Okay, we're in 21. 22, almost 20. There we go. We'll go ahead and we'll just do it right in here, I think. And that way, now this sort of knocked it down. And we're at 5 and we're at 25 minutes now. So we did chunk out 10 minutes. The question is, do I do any more thinking? Choice number. That's what it needs. In fact, I can make it a string, and I can make it, why don't I do it that way? Let's do, export, okay, I was exporting string to, yeah, let's make it a string. I could have exported this as a number, like I said earlier, as a number instead of a string. But I would have had to convert it on the other deal when I was doing the action. It might have been better, I'm not sure. But I'm thinking because later on we're going to be doing it based on names and not choices. I don't know. It's still going to be based on choices. Oh, yeah. Okay, so when I get to text parser phase, what's going to happen is um, I'm going to be reading it like a command. So it's going to say go to study or go study. And then what it's going to do is it's going to take it, it's going to parse it, it's going to, the subject, which is destination, and it's going to be based on, it's going to change room based on when you use the word go. So the parser is going to read the word go. It's going to tokenize the whole sentence. You know, go study, and then it's going to say go means to change the room. It means to go to the destination pointed to in the room. And so then instead of matching the number with the choice and all that, it's going to actually directly just call change room. And so your whole thing of what's choosing to change the room is going to change the room with the name, but it's going to be based on the previous word, the action, the verb. So okay, let's go to the study here. One is to go back to the foyer, and we can make 2 the door to the upper level. We can make 2 the choice. No. Door. And so I'm essentially kind of doing the same thing. And even though I don't necessarily need to do it, a couple things it does. One is I can have a visual on what doors lead to where, on what room. The upper level is technically its own room. Door study is the only door here, but if you had multiple doors, it would be, you know, they each have based on their choice. And you have to make sure those are unique also. You have to make sure that you have enough choices. That is, you can only go 1 to 9. If you do 0, it'll still exit. But so upper level, okay. Right. Upper level doesn't have any choices, choice strings. Just the door has the deal. Okay. And the study choices are 1 halfway house, and the door to the upper level is of course option 2. In fact, let's reflect that here. Hit 2 to go back. Yeah. Okay. So this is where I allowed both. I had the standard choice deals, and then I also had the actual door. Third level. Okay, like that. You also notice the second level also builds with books. Okay. How about an upper level? And upper level also books. Okay. So in the choices array, we only have 1. That's the halfway house. That goes back to the main. Goes back to the foyer basically. 2 goes to the upper level, and but its deal is based on the door itself. Okay. All right. And study door to upper level 2. Okay. Upper level. You want to go back to lower level, which is fine. Go back to studies, lower level, and its choice is 1, and that's fine. Okay, so that's working. I mean, it's not working. I mean, it just means I've added it. Now, the next thing to do is go back to the room manager here and go, okay, so now what we have to do is we have to look at the children. And the only showing that should be in here now, I might do something later, and I'll have to change how I search for the doors here. But I could actually do a thing where it makes sure that it's a door before it does anything here. So I wonder if what I should do is, as long as I'm actually doing something and not speaking, that just means I should take out the spaces. It's like, what am I doing here, right? Not doing anything here in particular. I'm just looking at the screen, biting my fingernails, whatever. I'm gonna save that. And then we are going to make a copy of a. I'm gonna save that. All right, I can do that. Okay, and then I can delete backspace. Wait a minute. That's not, I see. That's not how you do it. Door. There we go. And we have a door. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy. We're going to save that. And then we are going to make a copy of a. We'll make a copy of the main menu. So let's make a copy. Oh, yeah, I might have to rebuild the dang proxies here. What's the deal here? There we go. View proxy. No, it's at 50%. Okay. And we have a door. And and we have a door. And we'll make a copy of the main menu. So let's make a copy. Oh, can I not copy that? It'd be duplicate. Boy, this is gonna take a while just to. Duplicate. We'll make a copy of the main menu. So let's make a copy. Let's make a copy. Duplicate. We're gonna call this. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay. Delete backspace. Arrow. Backspace. We'll make a copy of the main menu. So let's make a copy. Duplicate. We're gonna call this. Upper level. Yeah. We're gonna call this. We're gonna call this upper level. I'll call it upper level for right now. Duplicate. Let's go to upper level. Which is a duplication of the main menu, and we're gonna call this something. Rename first level. Could just do what I've been doing and just start deleting stupid gaps. Of course, upper level. That. And to go back to the lower level. That. Okay, so we're not going to the foyer from here. We're actually going to go to the lower level from here. But I'm not going to put any here. Let's take the choices out of here. Let's remove that. You're only in 30 minutes. There, okay. Okay, so this is 5 minutes, and then this is 7 minutes. So that's two. It's about 2.5 minutes there. Let's see. Okay, so let's just start doing the thing, right? It might be choppy, but at least I'll get some of this like pared down too. All right. And I won't worry about it not being congruous because we're just gonna it's just gonna jump around to where I talk about it. So now we're just going to delete these. I don't know why I didn't do this. Okay. Delete. 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 And then we're going to boom, 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 boom. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to create our new door object, and I'm going to do that by creating a new script and call it door. Okay, I'm going to make sure that we're in scripts. Okay. And call it door. I'm gonna make sure that we're in scripts. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Scripts. Create. Okay. I'm gonna make sure that we're in scripts. Create. Okay. So what I want to do in scripts. Create. So what I want to do is I want to take the room kind of don't care that it's going to be choppy. It's just going to, I think, going to cut out a lot of the stuff, and that means I get to keep pretty much everything that I do in here. Okay, like so. There we go. Delete, delete. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that we're in scripts. Create. So what I want to do is I want to take the room, and essentially I want to, we're just actually just going to copy these two here. Copy, let's go to door, and let's just go ahead and paste, but we're not going to call it room, we're going to call it door, and we're not going to call this room name, we're going to call this, yeah, of course there's an there, so let's just go ahead and, okay, okay, and we'll here, and then the and we'll say blank come on, don't fail me now. We're not going to call this room name. We're going to call this destination. Destination. We'll say blank room, which is fine here. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add all right. delete, delete, delete. Okay, there's a lot of spots in here. Okay, okay. Okay, let's just go with this. Hmm. Let's take a little processing one part of it here. Okay, good, it saved it. No, destination. We'll say blank room, which is fine here. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add one door to the study. No, yes. Yeah, we're going to add a door. No, we're going to add one door to the study. Yeah, we're going to add a door to the study. One door to. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add. We're going to add. Yeah, we're going to add a door. We're going to add. Next thing we're going to do is, yeah, we're going to add a door to the study. And destination. We'll say blank room, which is fine here. And then the next thing we're going to do is, yeah, we're going to add a door to the study. Let's put it right under there. Wait a minute. That's not, I see that's not how you do it. There. Door. There we go. Let's put it right under there. Door. There we go. And we have a door. And we'll make a copy of the main door. We'll make a copy of the main menu. So let's make a copy. Those look almost the same waveforms, like an ANSO or something. We'll see here. We'll see. Oh heck. back. We'll go ahead and we'll delete. Copy, duplicate. We're gonna call this upper level. I'll call it upper level for right now. Okay. Upper level. We're gonna call this upper level. I'll call it upper level for right. Call this. Call this. Duplicate. I'll call it upper level for right now. Okay, go to upper level. Right now, go to upper level, which is a duplication. Make a copy, duplicate. I'll call it upper level for right now, which is a duplication of the main menu, and we're going to call this something. Quite a bit. 12:30 to 1:30. I only got about 15 minutes left tonight, I think. Alrighty. Quite a few spots in here I can remove. And yeah, this is going to be like staccato-y kind of. It's not going to be very good editing, but still get the point across. It'll still leave everything I need in it. Oh. Alright, let's just delete them backwards. Yes, drop this here. Space. I have to wait for it to catch up or something. There we go. we'll make a copy of the main menu. So let's make a copy, duplicate. I'll call it upper level right now, which is a duplication of the main menu, and we're gonna call this something, rename for level that, and we're gonna call this, of course, upper level that, and to go back to the lower level, we're gonna remove these to that here. We're gonna do this. And we're going to call this, of course, upper level to go back to the lower level. That, okay, so we're not going to the I call this something, rename for level, and we're going to call this, of course, upper level to go back to the lower level. So we're not going to the foyer from here. We're actually going to go to the lower level from here. But I'm not going to put any here. Let's take the choices out of here. Let's remove that. Oh, okay. We just want to clear this out. We don't want this out of here. Let's remove that. We just want to clear this out. We don't want to actually remove the item. All right. Next bunch. There'll be jumps here, obvious jumps, but it'll be all in the name assignment. No, it'll be all in the name of efficiency. I don't know. That looks like an ever seen one. All right, let's delete these few things. Actually, let's go over here. Here. Okay, that's here. That's all right. This is out of here. Let's remove that. We just want to clear this out. We don't want to actually remove the item. Okay, like that. Okay, so upper level is its own room. We're not going to worry about the choices because we are going to add a door. Description. Okay. Okay, let's delete that. Back arrow, backspace. These down. Add a door. Description. Here. That's an That is an Okay, delete that. Backspace. Page. Add a door. Description. Here you are on the upper level of the study with even more books to go through. Do I want to cut it that close? Let's see. Okay. let's study. Let's study. Yeah, that's the study, so that's all right. Um, go. All right. So I want to do here, here. Okay. Mm -mm -mm. Mm. Time's at 12:41. It's almost time for me to go from here today. I have to get ready for bed. Okay, so let's right there. Delete, delete. If I'm lucky, I removed a minute. If I'm not lucky, I didn't remove hardly anything. Anyways, let's just do a little bit more. I got a couple of minutes, so let's just kind of hurry through this, speed through this, and create. All right. So, all right. And so let's go. Where's that first? Okay, right there. Delete, 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 delete. Okay. Control S. Control S. And one more. Okay, and then here, delete, backspace, S, and hit one to go back to lower level. Okay, except for not having a choice here, and that's because we are going lower level. Except for not having a choice here, and that's because we are going to add a because we're adding these. Add a because we're adding these doors. Okay. Add. Okay, we're gonna cut add out of there too because we're adding these doors. We are going to because we're adding these doors. Okay. Okay, and so we're gonna add a door. These doors, and so we're gonna add a door here. Create. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can make these both work at the same time, so I can have both. And eventually. And eventually the choices array won't be the choices array won't be the Eventually, the choice and eventually the choices array won't be choices array anymore. It'll be just doors. Okay. Or it'll be just the choices array won't be choices array anymore. It'll be just doors. Okay. Just doors. And we can call the door just doors. And we can call the doors something. Uh, choices array anymore. It'll be just doors. And we can call the doors something else when we're done. When we're when we're when we're we can call the doors something else when we're done. Now, something else when we're done. Now, the thing that we want to do is we want to go back to the study. So destination is study that. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure nobody's watching by now, but and this is a little bit tedious, but still getting this done, getting things done. Let's go all the way over here and Okay. Delete, backspace. Is study that, okay? And then let's go back, let's save that. Let's go back to the study, and I'm actually going to be using both of those somehow. The destination of this is upper level. So those somehow. The destination of somehow. The destination of this is this is of this is upper level. So upper level. Let me check something. Check something. Okay, I'm still recording. I'm still on desktop, which is ridiculous because, anyways, um, let's go back here. Doesn't matter. Hopefully this isn't going to take too long, so I won't have much editing to do. I'll have a little bit to trim there, but anyways, we just have the destination right now. Somehow. The destination of this is upper level. We just have the destination right now. And in fact, let's go ahead and rename this. All right. Shoot. Double shoot. Hate when it does the selection, because I have to keep dragging the slider. Now, and in fact, let's go ahead and rename this door to study upper level like that. And then here, we're going to call this okay. I don't even know if this will translate. I mean, I know this will eventually have a lot of the footage cut out because I do a lot of this him and Han in here, but it might only be a few minutes or something. I thought I was doing a lot more. Door to study that. Okay, so now we got doors pointing both ways. Now we gotta write the code that will both ways. Now we gotta write the code doors pointing both ways. We gotta write the code that will to study that. Okay, so now we got doors pointing both ways. But we gotta write the code that will manage this. This code that will manage the code that will manage this change here. This change. This code that will manage change here. That will manage this change here. Okay. Change here. So now okay, I'll leave that so now in. And I'm probably stuck with myself, but that's alright. I mean, I guess. Because I gotta expect talking to myself here. Because this is A, late at night, and B, this is not the most exciting streaming you could ever see. But hey, at least I'll have a document of me actually doing this work here. Right? Change here. So now, what do I need to do? Study, Control S. Okay. Let's run this just to make sure. Let's now, what do I need to do? Study. Change here. So now, let's run this just to make sure everything is still working okay. Let's just see if how much we have shaved off, if any. I'm not gonna put that whole thing here. 5 minutes to 5 to 25. That's 20 minutes still. Doesn't matter because there's nothing here. One, study. One, go back to the floor. One, go to the story. Study, 0. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to go into Room Manager. Now, doesn't matter because there's no. All right. We'll just do it anyways. I don't care if it's super choppy. delete, delete. Still working okay. Doesn't matter because there's nothing here. One, study. One, go back to the forward. One, go to the story. Study, zero. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to go into Room Manager. Now, so what I should do here is the door. What I should do here is go to bed, and I guess I'll have to continue with these like tomorrow or something. Yeah. Let's do something here. Let's bump this right up here, right where I'm starting from. So that way, when I come back tomorrow, um, yeah. So, okay. We still need to shave like 10 minutes off. Actually, need to shave a lot more than that off. But, yeah. Need to shave like, I don't know, 20 minutes off of that. No, it's 20 minutes. Need to shave about 15 minutes off of that so that I can just leave with the 5 minutes and then, so yeah. All right. All right. So, sorry about that. All right, I should just close it, shouldn't I? I should close it. That means I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream here, and nobody's in the chat, so I'm just gonna go ahead and close the YouTube window. And oh, don't tell me this whole time huh? I was on the webcam, huh? Let's just show anybody that could be watching, like what I did all this here. But this is there's still like 20 minutes of footage I need to cut down to like 3 or 4 minutes somehow. And I don't know. I mean, I could just go ahead and you know cut out all the spaces, but it doesn't mean that a majority of that. Hmm. Okay, well, whatever. Oh, maybe I just did that when I'm deciding to go ahead and go. Right. All right. Anyways, yeah. So thanks for watching. If anybody is still here, if anybody's watched the stream after the fact, thanks, and I'll probably see you tomorrow. Anyways, I am done for right now. Thank you for watching.